My name is Lauren Wines. I'm a master's candidate at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, and I'm studying learning and teaching.
I'm Tracy Sordo, and I'm a sophomore at MIT.
My name is Matt McCarthy. I am a sophomore at Emmanuel College.
Gabriella Sharp, and I'm a senior at BC.
I've been working at Tutors for All for 2 years now.
This is my first semester at Tutors for All.
Almost 2 years now.
This is my first year working here, so I've been working here since October.
MGH, it's focusing on whatever the student needs, so you're basically coaching them from where they are now to when they get to college. That's your main goal.
It provides for a really good relationship, and they'll do a lot of work and cover a lot of variety of topics other than just math or reading. We've done science and English and history.
My favorite part about the MGH program is that it really gives time to work on skills more so than content necessarily, so we're able to apply different skills like asking good questions or critical thinking. It lets us apply those skills to things they're already doing in school, and so I think that it strengthens things that school doesn't always have time to go back and work in a focused way on with these students.
I really feel like high school age students are the group of students that I'm supposed to be working with. I feel like that's where my strong suit is, and I feel like they need the most attention.
It's easy to relate to my students because I grew up here, so I was like a Boston area high school kid.
So my student, I think it was about the second week, he told me that he had qualified for a scholarship, and he got it because his MCAS scores were very strong. And he didn't have a great GPA, but he scored well on this test. And so a couple weeks later I brought in my computer, and we actually went through and researched the scholarship, and at the end he was so appreciative and looked at me and said thank you, and he took notes about it and went home really excited about college for the first time.
I go to MIT, I was the nerd. These kids aren't like the nerd in the class, so I guess from them I've learned kind of like the experiences of my classmates.
Even though you feel like you've already gotten past some things and you're done with them and you'll never need to know them again, you'll definitely need to know them again. So that's probably one of the best things that I've learned from my students, that, you know, knowledge is power, knowledge is important. You can't just drop it off when you feel like it.
I've actually learned a lot from my students. They teach you more than you think they do. They always give you extra things that they learned that maybe you haven't heard of, and they're able to learn from you. So it's a really good connection that I've been able to make with my students.
I went into BC actually wanting to be a lawyer, and then last year, because of Tutors for All, I really started to realize how much more I cared about social work and working with high school students.
So I've actually, since starting working for Tutors for All, I added on a double major with secondary education. So I really am thinking this is a career I could go into.
So using this one-on-one model really helps us to tailor it to them and get them to be more engaged in the classroom.
One-on-one, it's a lot easier to kind of get an idea of how the person thinks and how they learn best.
One-on-one model is a good balance to the classroom experience, and I think that students need to know that someone's looking out for them and wants to get to know them individually and understand why they are motivated to learn this topic or not motivated, and figure out a new way.
I really think it's a rewarding experience, and it's a fun job.
Sure, like everyone has had like a mentor or a teacher that helped them along the way, and it gives you a chance to be that person for someone else.
Think about how high school was for you. Think about the people who impacted you, and think about how you can do that for someone else, because I wouldn't be here today if someone hadn't done that for me, and that's what inspired me to come and do that for my students now.
The way they learned it, it's like they did it for themselves. You were just like helping them along, you know, and that's like the best feeling in the world.
Working here is a highlight of my week. I always kind of don't enjoy walking into the program, but then once I leave in the afternoon, I have this huge smile on my face, and I love all the moments that I've had with my student and just reflecting on how far he's come. So I think that it may take some effort to get up and get out here, but then once you're here, it's wonderful.